What's up everybody, JT here, and today I'm going to show you guys how I set up my hairline rig for how I carp fish. It's definitely the cheap way of doing it, so if you guys are looking to save some money on carp fishing, this is definitely your guys' video. And as my son Minecraft Kid Jesse would say, let's get into it. All you're really going to need here for your hairline rig, and this is definitely the cheap way of doing it, so it's not like the most nicest stuff I got here. This is just an example of showing you guys how to save money on carp fishing. So braided line, of course. This is the fake soft plastic corn that you could purchase from Amazon.com, and any style hook really. This is the hook I like to use. I'm not sure exactly what size it is, but it's fairly small. I don't like to go big on hooks like a lot of people do. For some reason, the big hooks, I don't have faith in them as much as little hooks for some reason. So this is definitely, like I said, the cheap way of doing it. When you're done with this is what you're going to come out with right here. This is the end product. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys how I tie this here. And it's definitely the cheap way of doing it. Like I said, the expensive way of doing it, to hold your corn down here low, there's these weird plastic or rubber O-rings you could buy. And then, I mean, there's just all kinds of different stuff you could buy for this rig right here. And this is my way of setting it up with what you have at home without having to buy all this stuff. Like, you got to have a bait threader to have this on, and those are expensive. And then this is the bait stopper right here. Focus. Focus. Okay, it doesn't want to focus, but as you can see, there's a bait stopper right there, and I'm going to show you guys what I use to make those. So let's get into it. First things first, you want to grab your braided line, of course. Loop it, make a knot, okay, like so. I don't know what is wrong with my camera, but it does not want to focus. Anyways, that's what, so one little knot first, a little bit extra up here, okay? Leave a nice loop, come back, do another knot over the top of that loop, okay? And what I like to do is I'll put my pinky in this one, okay? So there's two loops there. I'll put my pinky in the bottom one, grab the extra line up here, and pull that tight to get that knot made. Still not focusing, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So don't put it up too high on your pinky, or else it'll be too hard to get off. So pull that knot tight, and it doesn't have to be the nicest little loop. As you can see there, you could also just slide forward like so, okay? And this extra, we are going to cut off once I get my pliers that I left over here from the bench. Okay, so we have that loop there. Here's the extra. We're gonna go ahead and cut this extra off. Okay, so basically after that first step, that's what you're left with right there. Little loop with a little bit of extra slack on the side, okay? So you're gonna go all the way to the end of that braided line. And you're gonna take this hook and you wanna hold it. And I like to use the bait stoppers with the little lip up here. Okay, so you're gonna go in the loop this way, pull it through, and now here's where one of my tricks comes in for saving some money. Here, at this point in a normal hairline rig, okay, you would need that little rubber stopper thing, right, to get your corn a certain distance away from your hook, right? Well, I don't want to buy those things and spend extra money on stupid little stuff if there's alternative ways around it. So what I like to do is I'll measure where I want my corn to be at the bottom of this hook. See that? And then I'll pinch it right there. Okay? Pinch that loop there, way down low on the hook. Now, it's time to start wrapping. Now that is the difficult thing about this, is you do use a lot of braided line because you want to work all the way down to where your pinch is at. Like so. Okay. Now you're going to take the end of the braided line back through the top. And there it is. Pull it tight. Voila. Cheap hairline rig. Now, another way of saving a little bit of money that I'm going to show you guys is those bait threaders. Those bait threaders online are like 15 bucks, sometimes more. So I have this weird little wire thing, you know, some fence wire. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but I made a little lip at the end of that. If you guys could see that, okay? And I'm going to show you guys a trick here with this hook right here. Okay, so you put your corn on, okay? Your bait threader, and this is homemade, didn't spend the $10 for this. You're going to take that little loop you guys tied, hold that there, push your corn on. Now, you have this loop right here where you got to put your bait stopper. Now, here's where some more saving money comes in. See the little loop down there? It's where your bait stopper goes. Bait stoppers online are super expensive. So what I did here is I took a bunch of paper clips. This is a little magnetic thing. I just have a bunch on here. Let me find a good one for you guys. Oh, okay, there's a decent one. Okay, so basically what I did was I took some paper clips and my pliers and I made that. Okay. Looks like a cursive V. I just took my pliers and a paper clip and bent it. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that, right? Common sense here. Just like that, okay? Then you're gonna force your corn down onto it. Try to hide it good, because those carp are smart. So, there it is. There's your hairline rig. The cheap way of doing it. And sometimes this might happen. See, I got a little bit of extra there. It might be a little too long. If you want it a little bit shorter, what I'll do is I'll just wrap it around a little bit. There you go. Look at that. Just made it shorter, right? So it sits on the ground like so. Carp come up, suck this part up first, and then hook into their mouth. They go to turn, and then the hook catches them. And this right here, rather than taking some corn and putting it on a hook, this setup right here, your hookup ratio will, I mean, it'll jump up to at least 50%. Your hookup ratio, this right here will get you 10 times more hookups on carp than just throwing some corn on a hook. And then for a bait threader, if you guys don't have this kind of stuff laying around, but if you guys got these weighted hooks laying around, these jig heads, you could take a pair of pliers, bend it very carefully, as straight as you could get it, and of course try to save that tip. And because of that barb on there, you could use that as a bait threader. So not a lot of people realize it, but if you got a bunch of jig heads in your tackle box, you got a free bait threader sitting right there. So that's exactly how I use my setup for Truckee River carp fishing. And what I do is, this is basically it. I'll bring a can of corn anywhere in the Truckee River. Any deep hole you find in the Truckee River, there's 100% going to be carp, people. 100% going to be carp. Take about a half a can of corn, throw it where you're going to cast, take a cast, and hang on. So I hope this video helped you guys. Thanks for everything. Click like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Go catch some fish, you guys.